Hey there, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tonya and I'm the holistic health practitioner here at Critical Bench. And today what I want to talk about is what is ketosis and how does it work? All right, so today I'm going to keep this very short and sweet, and I'm not going to talk very sciencey, okay? Just get to the basics here. So ketosis is it's a metabolic state where the ketone there's raised ketone bodies in your system, and that is the result of having very low amounts of carbs in your diet. So if all of a sudden, the amount of carbohydrate that you're consuming gets very low, you're not making the glucose, your body's going to switch over to burning fats for energy, and it's going to start making ketones. And when it's making ketones and it's switching to using ketones as its fuel source, your body will go into a state of ketosis. So very simply and very plainly, that is essentially, what state of ketosis is. What a lot of people maybe don't realize, because I don't think many of us walk around thinking about ketosis minute to minute and day to day, but ketosis it's a normal metabolic process that your body will actually go into to keep working, to keep functioning when you are low in glucose. So again, if for whatever reason the amount of glucose in your system drops drastically and there isn't enough for your body to use it for energy to continue moving and working and functioning, it is going to switch to the next available energy source, which will be fat. It'll start burning fat. It'll start burning fat from foods that you consume. It'll also start to burn fat that is sitting stored in your cells. So when it does that and it switches to burning the fat, it produces ketones, and this is what your body is going to use again as an energy source. So it's not something that necessarily you have to start eating a certain way to experience it. If just by default you're in a situation where you're not consuming the carbs necessary to provide the energy your body needs, it's going to switch into that process of making ketones and into ketosis just by default. Now, most of us, when that happens via that process, it's not normally something we stick to unless we're consciously thinking of staying in a state of ketosis and sticking to a ketogenic diet. But for myself and probably a lot of other people, not following a ketogenic diet, if that happens, if I find that, during the day, maybe I've not planned out my meals really well, I skipped a couple meals, and my body switches to that, I get hungry enough that I start eating carbs rather quickly once they're available. So I would not stay in ketosis for a very long period of time. But the point I'm making is that it's not something that you necessarily have to consciously make happen. It is a normal process your body will switch to keep you going, all right? Some of the signs that you're in ketosis, again, they're not all-inclusive or exclusive necessarily in and of themselves, but these are signs that you may be in a state of ketosis. One is not very nice breath, okay? And it's referred to as keto breath, and that's from the acetone, and that's one of the ketones that your body will make is acetone. So that can make your breath smell not all that pleasant, all right? Weight loss. One of the big things, or one of the reasons why a lot of people get very excited about the ketogenic diet is because of the claims and the reports of the really impressive amounts of fat loss that people who follow this diet experience. And the fact that those that follow it as a lifestyle diet, seem to be able to sustain that quite easily once they're switched over and used to that way of eating. Obviously, increased ketones in your blood is a state that you're in ketosis that can only be determined through a blood test, as well as an increase in ketones in your urine. Now that can be done with pH test strips that you can purchase like at a health food store or most pharmacies. It's not as accurate as a blood test, but it still gives you an indication. A suppressed appetite. Now, not suppressed appetite in the way where you don't feel like eating, but most people report when they're on a ketogenic diet, when they're following a ketogenic way of eating as a lifestyle, the high levels or the high amounts of healthy fats that they consume keep them feeling satiated longer. So they're just not experiencing those blood sugar spikes, like a burst of energy and then I'm starving, and a burst of energy and I'm starving, because of that quick energy burst that comes from burning glucose. When we consume more fats fill us up better and they stick with us a little longer. So it's a longer duration, sustainable energy supply. So a lot of people find that they just don't have those cravings and those spikes and like, I'm starving, I'm okay, I'm starving, I'm okay. A lot of people also claim that being on a ketogenic diet, that they have much better focus and energy. They got, tons of energy to burn, tons of energy to spare, and that their mental clarity and focus is really, really on point. And lastly, it does show that when on a ketogenic diet and in a state of ketosis, there is a better balance of your blood glucose levels. So again, that helps with those sugar spikes and midday cravings and things like that. All right, so that's really it. Very quickly, very simply, that is what ketosis is, and that's how it works in your body to burn fats, burn the ketones, to put you in a state of ketosis and just keep your body functioning and keep your body moving. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it answered some questions you maybe have. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it. If you haven't done so already, check out our channel some more. Subscribe to us at Critical Bench and check out our content. We've got thousands of great videos there that I'm sure you're going to love. And any questions or comments you have, please put them down below here, because I do read those and I will get back to you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this. I sure enjoyed having you with me. Have a wonderful, fabulous, and healthy day.